What's up, everybody? Robb Moreira here with another Get More with Moreira tip of the week. This is actually tip 1 of 2 that you'll be receiving this week, just because last week had a little bit of a kind of catch-up week because I was gone the week prior. So this week I wanted to talk about where you're at in terms of your trajectory towards getting to where you want to be. Now, I'm more specifically talking about voiceover, but this can actually apply to pretty much anything that you're doing as long as you're an entrepreneur. So the last video that I did actually got shared on Facebook. I posted it on my Facebook business profile. Did get shared, and in one of those shares was actually a female voiceover actress who I've coached a couple of times. Really great talent, but she's just starting. She's getting her feet wet, getting her sea legs in terms of the voiceover world, and she put up a really interesting blurb when she did her share, which was that she kind of needed to hear what I was saying about the hustle, which was the last video that I did. She felt that really resounded with her because she didn't feel that she was really putting in her all to get that hustle going, which is really good. That comes to my first point, which is being self-aware of where you are at in your place, in your trajectory going towards what it is that you want to do. Make sure that you are self-aware. If you feel like maybe you've been slacking a little bit, that's totally okay. What's important is knowing that you're slacking. Be self-aware. Know that maybe you could do more. That's okay. That's fine. Everybody happens to take a day. You know, it happens to me too. I might take a day or so to whatever, just veg out, whatever the case may be. But the point is that you want to make sure that you're aware of that. Know that you probably took an off day or two or whatever the case may be, but know that, own it, own your faults. Like if you know you're messing up, know that you do it. Just make sure you actually go out there and fix it. Which brings me to point number 2. Let's just say you don't know how to fix it, or you don't know what else you could be doing in your specific place, or if it's for voiceover, what the next step is, or how you can market yourself, or whatever the case may be. Know your network. That's a huge one. Know your network. Know who you can reach out to. Know who your mentors are. You need to make sure that you are creating a very transparent network for yourself. Know who your mentors are. Know who your allies are. And those are the ones that you wanna identify. So you want to make sure you identify your mentors so that when you reach those points, you can go to them and say, hey, listen, this is how I've been feeling. This is what, this is where I feel stuck. This is what I feel like I should be doing more of. How do I do that? And reach out to those people, because I'm sure they'll be more than willing to help. Same thing. Know who your allies are. Who can you work with that maybe is also feeling that same kind of rut. You know what I mean? Just make sure you keep the open communication. I feel like too many times in our path to becoming entrepreneurs, because we're so identifying with the I'm building myself up and I'm doing this, is that we kind of silo ourselves and we become part of these little islands. So we become a bunch of islands that are all trying to strive to be the same thing, when the reality is, if we all group together, we can all support each other and bring each other up together. I mean, that's really the idea. You know what I mean? There is plenty of room for all of us to boost each other up, and that's the whole idea of it, right? If you're on social media, or if you're somebody like me posting these videos, you rely on the shares, you rely on the likes, you rely on the feedback. Whatever the feedback is, positive or negative, feedback is feedback, plain and simple. It can help me make these videos better. It can maybe help me make them shorter. This one's already a little longer than I think my previous one. But it's very important to make sure that you realize who your mentors are, who your allies are, who your team is. That's what your network is. It's your team. I have mentors that I work with. I have my allies who I like to bounce ideas off of and talk to and just see where they're at. And, we touch base on Facebook Messenger every now and then. Some of them are voiceover actors. Well, most of them actually are voiceover actors. We're all, again, striving to do the same thing, and we all boost each other like, hey, listen, this is the latest gig that I did, and I got it through my agent, or I booked this client on my own, or whatever the case may be. But it's celebrating each other, because, we need that. We need that feedback. We need to know that what we're doing it right. And it feels good. It feels good when you land something like that. So, be self-aware, tip number 1. And 2, make sure you outline your network, okay? Outline who your network is. Make it very obvious. Know who you, again, know your mentors and know who your allies are. Know who your teammates are. Get all that together. If you ever feel like you're in a rut, know it. Own it. Then contact your network and be like, hey, listen, what are you guys up to? What are you doing? Because I guarantee you there's so many of us out there that are doing things so differently that you might get an idea from there. Maybe there's something you haven't tried yet, because I can tell you nobody's perfect. Nobody has done 100% of everything. Everybody has missed something. But the point is that we can all learn from each other. Cool. All right. Much love to y'all. Like I said, this is video 1 of 2. Number 2 you'll get later on this week. Hopefully you enjoy this one, and peace out. Have a good one.